What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another DC3 Pro ProPresenter training video. In this video, we're going to show you how to create the message lower thirds. So if you've watched the previous, you've already seen how to create the message theme for lower third. Now I'm going to show you how to import and create the lower thirds for a message. So for example, today, if you're watching this video, this week is March the 20th. That we're making the thirds for. So the first thing we're going to do is so you'll either receive an email from me or you'll be emailed the notes. Somehow you'll get the lower thirds. That'll be as a that'll come as a Word document. So if you can see, I've already downloaded the Word doc right here. So these are the message notes for this week. So what I need to do is import this document into ProPresenter. First thing we're going to do, we're going to come up to File here. I'm going to go into import. Then we're going to do this little icon here, which is the file icon. So we're going to click on that. You'll see this pop up, and just like you would to go find a theme, we're going to go into downloads and then find the disengaged lower thirds. That'll be the name. And then I'm going to go ahead and press import. Now the cool thing about the ProPresenter update is that you can actually edit the presentation before you import it. So first what we got to do is we got to make sure the slide's delimited by, we have to make sure it's on line break. For this, we have to make sure it's 2 delimiters per slide, a 1920 by 1080. Then we're going to go here, find our message where we create our themes. So as you can see, I created Northport's half theme. So we're going to press on just this one, the upper third, change the library to the message library, and then now we're going to press edit. So when you notice, when I open up the edit tab, you have all the reflow editor as well as what they look like on the slides. So we're going to look at each one individually and see what we like, what we don't like. So if you notice as the theme looks a little odd. So before I import this, I'm going to cancel, close this, and then I'm going to go into the theme. I'm going to go to message. I'm going to go to edit the theme. Text. That way I don't have to edit every box. I can just edit this text. So I'm going to make this smaller to fit where we need it to go. Right above here. I'm going to just above the disengaged slide. And then now we're going to go to show. That'll edit the theme. Now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to import with the recreated theme, because it saves automatically. So we're going to go to downloads, click out, go to downloads, disengage thirds, going to press import, and then I'm going to go to edit, and then we've got disengage relationships. That's what we want. Disengage relationship thirds. We can exit out of this. All right, we're going to do editing, disengage almost subtle. I'm going to take the bullet points off, or at least knock them up and put them midway. And then we can actually probably fit all 4 into the thing here if we wanted to. I'm going to Command Z that, damage. All right, and then I'm also going to make this a separate thing. So I'm going to back this up. And then also back this one up. I'm going to back all these up, just kind of get them centered so we can kind of adjust them, cannot combine groups. So we want to do it here. And there you go. So we kind of have a nice, neater little item here. Actually, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to copy and paste this a little bit and re-edit these. See, distraction, disregard, decay, and death. So we can actually adjust this one a little bit. I'm going to go to, I will edit this in between the service. So we actually have to change this because this is Nehemiah 4:14 or 4:14. So we're going to be 13 through 20 because the verses are 13 through 20. After I look things over, we're going to look at each one. Remember them, our Lord who is great and awesome. For your families, your sons and daughters, your wives, and your homes. It's almost there, so we might just make this a little bit smaller. Work. Judah. 17, so we'll make sure that fits. And each of the builders. Healthy families engaged. The wall, and then you're over here, trumpet. And then we'll put the verse at the end of this one for Northport. Healthy families engaged, family who recognizes help. Okay, that's good. To re-engage the people we love, which this is slide 16. So you'll see each slide correlates with the number here. So if I'm looking at slide 16, to re-engage, right? 17, we can either, our God will fight for us, Isaiah 61, 1 through 7, 61. Okay, so looks like these are in a strange order, so we need to fix the order a little bit. I'm going to adjust how this looks. $20. Freedom for the captives. All right. 4. See if that'll fit. Yep, prisoners. Fix this. We're basically just editing and doing a bunch of slide edits. Make sure everything looks conjoint. You want everything. Typically, you want it one verse per slide. So like verse 3, verse 4 together, verse 1, so on and so forth. Just make sure these are coming in right. Morning and a garment. So it looks like this is a lot, so I don't know if this will fit everywhere. Let's find out. Yeah, so it doesn't look like, because this is 22. Yeah, so it's not going to fit. So we're just going to make this 2. So I'm going to press Option Return in order to create that new slide. Okay, we're going to combine this. Set disgrace. And there we go. So that's good there. I'll add the verse when we import it. So God will fight for us. I'll edit this one. So we'll go ahead. That looks pretty good there. And then we'll go ahead and when we're finished, we'll go ahead and press import. That'll import. And then we should be able to go into the messages. Find disengaged relationships right here. This will pop up, and we can also do some editing after as well. Edit slide. I'm going to go ahead adjust this a little bit. We're going to adjust the text box. Bring this down. There you go. You're going to fit that in there. Now we're going to go to the slide up. Let's see, where you at? Right here. Depth. We're going to bring this down as well. There you go. Match it up. So that looks good there. All right, and those all look good. Now I need to go to the edit. Add one again. Find where Nehemiah 4:14 is, or 4:13 through 20. Let's see. There it is. Can't see. 20. I'm going to paste this. I'm going to bring this down. Bring this down just a little bit. There we go. And we're going to go Isaiah 61, 1 through 7. Command C. And paste and match that. Shift that down. Adjust the text box. And then that looks good there. Alright, and we're good there for no report. So now what I'll do is I'll go, now what I'm going to do first, I'm actually going to create Punta Gorda slides here to show you as well. Because there's a cool thing that you can do between both campuses depending on where the lower thirds are made. So for example, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I do. Next we're going to do the same thing. We're going to import the file. Go to downloads. We're going to go to disengage thirds. Import. We're going to do the message. Now at Punta Gorda it'll be message lower thirds. And I always use the disengaged verse first in order to edit. That way, and then I'll show you how to retheme to the disengaged message. Because it just makes it easier to fix the verses up first so you don't have to worry about doing them after. Since the verses are a little more specified in how you make them. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and press disengage verse. We're going to put them in the message. And then we'll go ahead and press edit. And then we're going to name this, as soon as it loads up here, disengage relationships PG. Alright, so we're going to do, now it looks a little different. Might do 2 per thing. So we're going to delete this slide. Don't need that one. Choose give me disengagement subtle. Disease, damage, death. Nehemiah 4:14. All of your families in your homes. Okay, that fits. Homework 16. 17, that works. 18. I gotta sneeze, I think. Excuse me. Alright, 20, that looks good there. Alright, so now we gotta adjust this one. Alright, adjust this one. I'm going to bind up the captives and erase the prisoners from darkness. Okay. Number 2. Now you can do this technically if you wanted to in the Word doc if you don't feel like editing all this in the editor itself. But that's really up to you. That's just personal preference. So I don't mind doing it in the editor, but you're more than welcome to do kind of these edits because we like it to be straight across. So you're more than welcome to do some of these edits in the Word doc itself first. If we look at the thing, you see how it was typed up 61 to 2. You can fix them again. You can fix them here if you wanted to and combine them, but I just do it in ProPresenter. It doesn't really matter. Just personal preference, whatever you decide. So we're going to go back, keep doing the same thing. Right? All of joy instead of mourning. Okay. And garment of praise. Planning. What is this, 24? Let's see if that fits. Okay, we're gonna, so that's too big for 24. So we're gonna split that up. Even though it wasn't correctly in there, so let me look. Okay, so it does fit all the way, so we're gonna fit the whole thing in there, which is nice. Then we're gonna go 4. So actually what I'm going to do is, just in case, I'm just going to combine all these slides together, and I'm going to edit it in the main reflow editor here in just a second. So I'm going to do that. Okay, it looks good, it looks good, it looks good. And now I'm going to go ahead and press import. It's going to be a new version. So we're going to rename this because it didn't rename it correctly, which that's okay. Relationship thirds. PG. There we go, PG. All right, so now we're going to go to the reflow editor here. Just this. Just this here. Just this here. And do the same thing for all these. All right, that was good. And we'll do 7. Rejoice and everlasting. All right, there we go. That's good there. Alrighty, so we've got, now what we need to do is go into the editor. Gonna go to Edit Slide. I gotta highlight this. Command C. Then you have to double click the text, right click, and press Paste and Match Style. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold Command C again. I'm gonna go through each verse here, and then just press Command V. I'll do that for each of them. Command V. Command V. Command V. Command V. Command V. Command V. 19 and 20. There we go. That's good for Nehemiah. Now let's go to Isaiah. Command C. Hold, paste and match style. Command C again. Command V, and we're just going to go through and do that for each of them. Command V. Command V. And Command V. I missed 6. Command V. And there we go. So now you've got, we're going to go back to show. Now you've got the verses. I'm going to delete the verse slides. All right, and do that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to, now we've finished the verses, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press a slide here, right? I'm going to hold command. Okay, so while you're holding command, you're going to click each slide that does not have a verse on it. You can hold command while you scroll down. So I'm going to these, verse, here, here, here. And I'm going to find each one that does not have a verse or is not part of the verse. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, make sure you're on any one of these. So make sure you're on this one or you can be on this one. It doesn't really matter. As long as you're right clicking on one of the highlighted verses. I'm going to go to themes, find message, which is here at Northport, or I'm going to find message lower third at Punta Gorda. And I'm going to press message. Press this and then watch what happens. This is called retheming, right? So now I've just rethemed the slides for Punta Gorda. So now the message slides are bigger since they're not verses. So they need to fit a little bit bigger. So engage, recognize for help. So now they fit the things. Make sure we're all good there. Now what we'll do is after you've checked, make sure everything is good. Okay. They look good. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to come down here to the real relationships. I'm going to come down to message slides. I'm going to unlink this, right? So unlink. I'm going to press the search bar here, message. Now I'm going to look for, let's see, disengaged, PG. I'm going to press the PG slides link. Now again, you can do this for both campuses, right? So I'll do this if I haven't created thirds here or haven't created the theme for like Punta Gorda's theme here at Northport. What I'm going to do is, and I'll do this for both anyway, for either campus, I'm going to press message here, and you'll notice you'll see unlinked, but you also have an upload to Planning Center services. That's because we are attached to Planning Center still, so anything that updates, we're going to get. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press upload to Planning Center. Okay? Now this is going to upload it to Northport's plan. So if you're at PG, what you want to do is as soon as you press this, if you're at the PG campus, in order to get the thirds, I'm going to go into Google Chrome. I'm going to open up Planning Center. You can go into anybody's Planning Center as long as you have access to the weekend's service. Then we're going to go to Creative Arts MP. I'm going to come to March 20th. And if you watch, if you look at the message, there's an attachment here. You press this, and here is the lower third. As soon as I press it, it's going to give me the download option. I'm going to press this. Note it'll pop up, choose library import. I'm going to press messages. I'll press OK. And I'm just going to press right over. And then it'll import the message lower thirds. This Gates Pro, and there you go. And you've got it again. So now, for example, if you're at Punta Gorda, what you can do is if they're a Northport type slide, so like let's say for example they're okay, so we don't need this. I'll delete that. Yeah, I'll delete it. So let's say they're a Northport type like this. What you'll do is without pressing any of the slides, I'm going to right click, or excuse me, no, I'm just going to go to the theme up top. I'm going to go to messages, and then I'm going to start by pressing the verse, and watch what happens. And this is how you retheme. It'll retheme all the slides to the Punta Gorda type slide. See how easy that is? And now you just go through and do that whole process again. Take Nehemiah, make them all in the verses, and then after that, you're going to import the Nehemiah into the slots. Now again, if you're at the PG campus, you'll do these with the PG made templates. So that'll help you there. And then that should be good. So that's how you theme. That's how you grab them off Planning Center as you create them and how you upload them to Planning Center. So we're going to actually undo this, make the theme back. Well, I can just retheme them again. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to just keep that theme. I'm going to go back to messages and retheme it back to Northport. Give it a second, it should load right back up. And there you go. Looks like I've got to fix. I need to adjust the reflow. But again, you get the general idea of how the slides are going to work. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching in this video. If you have any other questions, don't forget to leave a comment, leave a like, and hit the notification bell so you get more videos. Like I said, we're having a lot more coming, so check out, stay tuned, and get ready for. We're excited for equipping you guys and training you guys for everything that's to come. All right, love you all, and we'll be seeing you real soon.